GG, opponent. GG. Good old-fashioned 7-0, folks. Greetings, everyone. I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad that you are here. We're going to be playing some Magic the Gathering Arena today, as always. These are some of the highlights from our stream, and I really hope you enjoy the games. If you do really enjoy the program, please don't forget to leave a like and subscription. It really, really helps the channel. So without further ado, let's get to the games. All right, what do we find, folks? What do we find? Bunch of nonsense, no doubt. Infernal Grasp is good. Cruelty of Gix is good. Evolved Sleeper is good. Monastery Swift Spear is quite solid if you want to be aggressive. I think we're going to take the Elspeth Conqueror's Death. It's actually kind of close. As far as pack one, pick one, I think the Infernal Grasp is right up there as well. But we've already drafted a little more black. We could easily end up in white-black, but, you know. We're going to take the Elspeth Conqueror's Death. Because that's where I want to be. Yeah, well, exactly, Scum7. That's kind of why we're closing the stream down early, is we're supposed to be trying to get in ahead of it, is the idea. Okay, well, look at this. Realm Cloak Giant's a thing, if we're trying to do really silly, nonsensey stuff. Paradise Druid, similarly, just ramping up. Just kind of different flavors nonsense. Discover the Formula's not bad either. I don't really want to be like Blue-White Control, though, you know? Phyrexian Missionary is pretty okay. On value and stuff. I think we're gonna take the Paradise Druid and try and, you know, get into some nonsense is what we're gonna try and do. Leave things open, do nonsense, have fun. Alternate art draft stipulation. Yeah, that'd be wild, Boondoggle. I would always be taking lands, I think. So, Legion's Landing, fine. Hopeful Initiate, fine. Clarion Spirit, fine. I think Lyra's actually quite good. It's still limited, after all. We're gonna slam that. It's fair. Artwork Farm, that's fair. Yep. Current cube is white-green soup. I mean, that sounds great. I would love to eat some of that. Oh, interesting. Leyline Binding's in here. Adanto Vanguard's in here. Steel Seraph is in here. Sune's Intervention's really not terrible either. Sika could be fine. We've already got Lyra. As far as just being a mana tapper that makes more mana tappers, it could be pretty good. I don't know that we want just another... I mean, I guess this is a 3-drop, right? Actually, kind of does fit well into the curve. So we got 2, 3, nothing at 4, 5, 5 right now, so we're kind of doing fine. Yeah, I think Steel Seraph is actually a fine pick there. I was thinking about the 6, but actually it being a 6 isn't terrible either. It kind of gives us the flexibility of being either more likely going to be a smaller pick, or, you know, a 3/3 more often than not. But, you know, that's fine. Also, just coming off the top late as a 5/4 flying, that's fine, right? Is an angel. Yeah, Danto is fine. No doubt about it. Oh, man. Lay Down Arms, Spirited Companion. Primal Might's also quite solid. I've not seen a ton of green here. Paradise Druid might have been a little bit of a wasteful pick as it comes, you know, as it turns out, but it was pick 2. That's what it is. Wow. Well, Machias the Lunarch on pick 6. Adeline on pick 6. I don't think we can pass an Adeline, folks. Oh, there we go. Yeah, good lord. I mean, maybe Captain Russia. That could be where we're at. Jeez. Okay, well, decision time. We can Cave of the Frost Dragon, get something out of our mana base, which is quite good. Or we can just say, no, we are going to be white-green. We absolutely are. The fact that we've got 4 cards in the pack still at pick 7 means there can't be too much green. Right? Getting picked. So we could take Tangle Florahedron and kind of try and ramp up here to this other stuff. We could also just take Jugon Defensive Temple. I think if we were just trying to win, I think the Paradise Druid would go over here to the sideboard and we'd take the Cave of the Frost Dragon. I just don't think I'm that concerned about it. I think we're going to take the Tangle Florahedron and stay in white-green. Hopefully have some fun stuff wheel around, you know. What do we get out of this next pack here? Nothing. This pack is abysmal. Absolutely nothing came back. Or nothing that we want out of that pack came around. This pack, Unbreakable Formation's pretty solid. Balagad Recovery is good. Glad you made it, Pogsham. Glad you made it. Zig Mover, glad you are here. Let's take that. You can't beat it? I mean, that makes sense. All right, so we could Conclave Mentor here. We don't really have that much 1/1 counter stuff yet. Actually, we don't have any, do we? We passed the 1/1 counter stuff. I think we are just going to take the Jetmir's Garden, though. It's really nice to have fixing. Okay, these things happen. Hopeful Initiate is probably the correct pick here. Almost certainly the correct pick. But we're going to take the Halana Elena because I think we're going into... Naya here. Oh my gosh, we got back the Adanto Vanguard. Holy crud. Sign me up. Naya cards, folks. We're playing Naya cards. Oh, dang it. I was reading the... I mean, I guess Gigantha's fine. Hey, it's Awake in the Woods. Wake in the Woods honestly isn't terrible. Neither is Rekindling Phoenix. We need more 4-drops. Sun Petal Grove, very good, but I think we get the land back 100% of the time. Benelish Counselor might be the one. Being able to Benelish Night Counselor into like Adanto Vanguard or later on into Halana Elena or Adeline or something like that is... I think it's actually quite good. It is a 1-drop, but that's okay. I think this is fine. We're going to take the Benelish Night Counselor. It also makes sure to keep people out of the white. We do want more white cards, right? Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on, folks. There's a lot of good cards here for us. Because even the Indatha Triome is quite solid. Blade Splicer is a heck of a card. We don't really have anything to blink it or anything, though. So I think I'm just going to Windmill Slam this Great Henge. Comes down easy with things like Adeline. Halana Elena grows stuff. You know, we do have Lyra. We do have Gigantha, potentially. I don't think we can pass the Great Henge here. We're pretty firmly in Naya, so we do need to be tentative of that. I was going to say, if we get some can tap for any color or mana stuff, like Incubation Druid, we need to pick that up. And so we're going to do that. So Intrepid Adversary or Tireless Tracker are really the only 2 cards in this pack that we're like, we really want them. Drizzt Do'Urden, if it comes back to us, we would probably play it. Find a way to play it anyway. But I think if we're going to have a bunch of Mana Dorks and stuff, the Intrepid Adversary is likely where we want to be, as opposed to Tireless Tracker. But the Tireless Tracker is... Actually, it helps us get down the Great Henge. And draws us cards. Yeah, I think I talked myself into it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so a Ganjo, very, very strong here. Catry Triome is another way of getting a dual land, as is Raugrin Triome. I think it's probably just Elder Gargaroth, though. It's just too good. We are playing limited, folks. Like, the decks end up playing more like constructed at the end of the day and stuff, right? But it's still limited. I don't think we can pass an Elder Gargaroth this, like, with this kind of shell that we're working on, you know? Bushwhack is a fight spell. I really kind of want the Clifftop Retreat. There's a good chance we end up not being in Naya, though, and just end up being in green and white, depending on what cards end up coming around. So the fact that there is no green on that means a little less priority. Okay, Muriel adds soldiers, and we don't have a bunch of soldiers, but we do have a couple. Oh, that's a knight. So I guess just Danto Vanguard. It's probably just the Hydra. We don't have a lot of removal, and we're probably not getting a lot of removal. It will oftentimes kind of end up being like a 4-drop anyway, and that is currently our weakest spot in the curve is 4. Okay. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of cards in here that are good. Sleeper Agent, Rishkar. I think we've actually got to go with the Rishkar here, because we want to get up to our higher casting cost stuff. Oh my goodness. So the Sun Petal Grove came back. Awake in the Woods is still very tempting here. We have quite a bit of ramp, and just having a lot of mana is very, very good. Having Retrofitter Foundry because of all this mana is also tempting, but I think it's going to be the Sun Petal Grove. We've been greedy so far. We really haven't developed our mana base hardly at all. Oh my gosh, we got Ren and Sven back? Jeez, can you even imagine? I mean, Kayla's Command, I don't think we're actually going to end up playing it. I mean, Drisdorden came back, so did the Hardened Scales. Actually, we're not going to end up playing it, right? We probably won't play the Hardened Scales either, but we might. Oh my gosh, we got Inscription of Abundance back? Jeez. Casual Suspect, good to see you, my friend. I mean, maybe we'll play Big Score. I mean, I guess Village Rites is the final card in the pack. We can't take something else. Overgrown Farmland, very tempting. We would like that. Gala Greeters is very good in this list. Very good in this list. Titania's Command, very good in this list. We're getting something in this pack back. I don't think we're going to pass Wormcoil Engine, though. At the end of the day, we are still playing limited, folks. Because look, if we get Overgrown Farmland back, we're happy. If we get Stomping Ground back, we're happy. If we get Titania's Command, if we get Gala Greeters, any of these cards come back, we're happy. Even Patriarch's Humiliation would be great. I'm not passing a Wormcoil Engine in limited. We're not doing that. That's just, you know, that is not a card you can pass and feel comfortable with. Similarly, Llanowar Elves, we're already in green. We're already doing this stuff. Silverback Elder is very tempting. This is a very, very strong card. We might get that card back. But I don't think it's as good for our deck as the Llanowar Elves is. Yeah, let's accelerate, folks. Let's get up there. Oh my goodness. Fateful Absence. Werewolf Pack Leader. Tenacious Pup. The Rockfall Veil, very tempting. If we're going to stay in Naya for content or whatever, right? Then, like, we need to have some fixing, and Rockfall Veil is great for that. I don't think we want the double green because we are going to be 3 colors, I think. So I think the tiebreaker here is the Fateful Absence is easier to cast. And we are a little light on removal, I think. I really want this Tameo Safekeeping, but I'm not even sure we'd end up playing it. We will absolutely 100% play a Craghound Pathway, so we're going to take that. I mean, Lotus Cobra is tempting. Loxodon, or Venerated Loxodon is actually not terrible either. You know, particularly if we have a bunch of smaller creatures, which we're in limited, but we do actually have quite a few smaller creatures. So the Venerated Loxodon can kind of come down cheap. and grow all of our other creatures into something. I think we're just going to be disciplined. We've already got plenty of playables, folks. We have plenty of really, really good cards. We're going to take the land. Oh my word, folks. Are you kidding me right now? Pick 6 Defiler of Vigor. Pick 6 Defiler of Vigor, folks. The Once Upon a Time is very, very... that. If this were almost any other card, like the Once Upon a Time is great. But like, I am not passing Defiler of Vigor. Not passing it. Simply not happening. Fight rigging with all this top end, folks. Are we living the actual dream, or is this a fantasy? I feel like I'm caught in a landslide, like with no escape from reality. This might actually be a Storm the Festival deck. Unfortunately, there's not really anything else here. I mean, Touch the Spirit Realm, actually. Hold on. Touch the Spirit Realm. We're more likely to play that. We might not play either. Oh my word, folks. Living the actual dream. Gala Greeters came back. Titania's Command came back. Overgrown Farmland came back. How do we even pick? I think we've got enough top end. We need to take the land. We've got so much. Holy cow, folks. We got the Silverback Elder. Silverback Elder came back. I wish we'd taken that stupid Storm the Festival. We'd play it. We would play it. All of this is great. I don't think we can play this because it's double green, right? So we're going to go with the Tenacious Pup. How are we going to cut this deck down, folks? We're living the actual dream. Add 20 lands. You know, no, I guess we drafted 5 lands, so add 19 lands, go to 60, call it a day, right? Folks, for the record, if we were going for 7 wins, we 100% cut the red. It is incorrect to play the red. Absolutely incorrect. But I don't think I have the will to cut the red. We are going to cut the big score because I just don't think it's powerful enough to be here. Our curve ended up being really weird. If so bad, why does it feel so good? Yeah. All right, so we do have Balagad Recovery, Tangleflorahedron. Then we're also running Llanowar Elves, Incubation Druid, and Paradise Druid, all as mana sources. So I don't think we need to run a conventional 16 lands or 17 lands. I think we could run even 15 here, right? So something like this. I mean, Henge gives mana, but not until later. I really don't like to count anything 3 and up as mana, because in fairness, we're also running like Rishkar up here. Then we've got Domri that adds mana for creatures, and we have a lot of creatures. You know, we've got like say Henge and stuff. But I don't like to count this stuff because if you're stuck on mana, sometimes you're stuck at 2, right? So if you have 2 mana, you can play out in Incubation Druid and kind of count it as a mana source because it gets you up the curve and lets you play lets play your cards. So at least for me, and if they're using removal in limited on your creature or on your mana dorks and stuff, a lot of the time that's fine. Because how many removal spells are gonna have in their deck? 3, 4? They're gonna see half of those, and they're using them on your mana dorks. Like you're probably fine with that, right? So, but I don't want to go too low. So I think 15 is okay. I'm afraid it might kind of stick us on lands just because of the shuffler stuff, you know? But that's okay. I mean, Elvish Reclaimer. We don't really have a bunch of really good lands. We just have, like, you know, we have good fixing, but we don't have really good lands. So I think we can cut that. Maybe a Danto Vanguard. These are some tough cuts, folks. Do you actually like the big score, Mike Wood? I kind of prefer the Domri over the big score, right? Yeah, I think I kind of agree with that, Crazy Gorlem. Do we cut anything over here at the top end? Like any of this stuff? Kind of wish we'd taken that Storm the Festival. I think we would play it. Because normally you want a bunch of 5-drops so you can hit the 5-drops. See, but then again, like, the problem with that, Dalwin, is that Lyra is just, you know, we're playing limited, right? 5/5 flying first strike lifelink dominates the air most of the time, right? You're scared of cutting those lands? I think Lyra's better than Ren. I agree with that. Ren does create a very large creature, you know. Ren is at least a 5/5 reach that leaves behind a planeswalker, right? You don't think Tenacious Pup's getting us enough value? You're convinced that Ren is bad, Poseidon? I'm just not that convinced Ren is bad. Pup and Halana is very nice. We do have Benelish Marshall as well still. Just makes a tree folk and mills your good creatures. Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. Like, you don't keep it up. Ren in Limited is almost exclusively cast Ren, go down, go up, mill the top 4 cards. You get a land, you don't get a land, whatever, doesn't matter. Then you go down again the following turn. So it's just, it represents 2 of those tree folk tokens and sometimes a land or 2, right? So losing 1 or 2 of your good cards is fine. Like, that's just not that big of a deal. You get the lands and stuff in recompense, but you get gigantic things. Now, notably, folks, we don't have Vorinclex in here. You're worried about the lands, Dawn? We're on 15 lands still. That's a lot, Dawn. 15 lands is a lot. Out of 40? That's like 37.5%. You're worried because it's the 3 colors? That's fair. I guess I could get behind that. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. The Knight's kind of good, right? Especially with, like, Incubation Druid. There's quite a few combos with it, right? Incubation Druid, the Voracious Hydra, when you go to fight things, Rishkar comes down, and then anything that has a counter on it can tap for mana. Like, just growing the Adeline's quite good. It's not exactly a combo, but it kind of is. Steel Seraph coming down as a 3/3 with a 1/1 counter makes it a 4/4 flying early. Like, for 3 mana, that's very good. You don't, right? Whenever Benelish Knight Counselor enlists a creature, you get a boon with You cast your next creature. I mean, so like it just can die, right? Lay down arms is questionable. We don't have a lot of removal. Maybe we cut the Domery after all. $17 lands, 43. Ugh. This is tough, folks. I mean, I guess we could just cut the Halana Lena too. That would make it a lot easier on the mana. Oh. Fine. Then you have to add 2. All right. That sucks. That sucks. All right. Fine. So like if anything, we're over 50% mana sources. Like at or below 2 mana. So, you know, don't let the hyperbole get in front of your eyes. We've got more than enough mana. If anything, we might flood out on mana. I mean, we are cutting one of our best cards for sure, Pogsham. Like the question is whether or not we'd be able to cast it. Hey, they're channeling, doing the thing. Draws card. Yeah. Yeah. And do we develop our own board or... Yeah, that's fine. We could touch the Spirit Realm, the Aether Channeler. I just don't think it's threatening enough. Arctotus. Well, I mean, sort of, right? Because we didn't get the Stomping Ground back. Somebody else is on the Stomping Ground, which is unfortunate. Rishkar. Arctotus, gonna counterspell this. Supreme Will. You got me. Not too broken up about it. Lifelink. Get him. Yeah, go for the throw, right, Irish Wiz? Well, see, and that's the thing, Pogsham. If we cut the Benelish Night Counselor after already having cut the Tenacious Pup, like, it makes the Halana Elena much worse. It is a much less good card in that instance. So what are we even keeping it for then? Right? I'm not thrilled about it. You know how much I love that card. But like, got him. Tasted opponent. You know, we gotta have things that make it good. Otherwise, it's just 2-on-1 counters, and it complicates the rest of our deck, right? I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. Early scoops from the opponent. I mean, you know, indeed. Retrofitter Foundry. Sure. Rishkar Pima Renegade. Get him. It does work very well with Rishkar. It's true. I mean, we still have a couple synergies. We just don't have that many synergies, right? That's my only problem. Do we just deal 5? Or do we try and get a very large creature down? Let's wait and use it for removal. Let's just crash in for 5 damage. Like, let's just make our opponent do something, right? Okay, hey, the Channeler. Bounces Llanowar Elves. You got me. Yep. Get out of the way. Paradise Druid, Llanowar Elves. Rishkar Pima Renegade. Drop them to 12. Pass the turn. Is it the same guy? Maybe. I don't know. I didn't see. Micromancer. Digging through their deck to find a card mana value 1. It's Bloodchief's Thirst. You got me. So land, X equals 3. Fight. Drop our opponent to 6. GRG, what do you say? 5 cards in hand. Sanguine Brushstroke shows up. You got it. Swamp can kill our Paradise Druid? I mean, it can kill our Voracious Hydra, actually. Yeah, that's fine. That makes sense. Sure. All right, well, combat. What do you say, GRG? You're my favorite too, Momo. Down to 1. You got me. Wormcoil Engine. What do you say, GRG? What do you say? What do you say? Scrying hard. I am right in front of you. Glad you made it, my friend. I mean, you made it back. Probably still are here, I guess, since the very beginning of the stream. But you know what I mean, darn it. It's good to see you. I'm just expressing my pleasure at the sight of your name in chat. Whatever. You know what I meant. Darn it. From work. Opponent blood tokens. We lose a life down to 16. 4 mana remains. 5 mana remains. You got it. Combat. Go. Creates an artifact creature. Nimble Obstructionist. I mean, all of these things are lethal, folks. So, our opponent going to take one and die. None of these triggers go off. I'm going to take a mulligan. Yeah, oh my goodness, thank heavens. We are very glad we did. Yes, please. Sign me up. Oh, I'm sorry, Zageiger. I would have kept it. All right, we'll keep it. Vanelish, Knight Counselor. Do the thing. Get in there. Opponent gonna trade? All right, they do. Fine. Llanowar Elves, come on down. Yeah, there used to be damage on the stack. Yeah. Curly's kitten. Glad you made it, my friend. That was definitely a thing. All right, I'm sorry, Zageiger. I will refund those points. My bad. It can be difficult to keep tabs on all the things that are supposed to happen, you know? Yeah, I'm really deep in the tank, especially when when the rope is roping down and I'm still thinking. I start feeling that pressure, like, I need to choose right now. I need to choose this second, you know? It's like, yeah, it's tough. Oh my word, folks. That's a good one. Don't have removal spell for my Elder Gargaroth. We did win handily, Mike Wood. Actually, no, I was wrong. That was dumb. We know they could have removal. We were supposed to Wormcoil Engine. 100% supposed to Wormcoil Engine there. Yeah, it was not particularly close, Mike Wood. I don't mean to like gloat or whatever. Our opponent was definitely trying to do something interesting. Yeah. Oh, it is 6. Okay, right. Thank you, Poseidon. Because for a minute there, I was thinking, man, I am just the dumbest player to ever touch the cards. But it turns out I am the dumbest player to ever touch the cards. It was because I couldn't even play that card. Is why we're doing this. So everything's fine. Everything's fine. I know I'm dumb, and that's okay. You know, I don't get too worked up about that sort of thing. Hopefully, I don't just have another removal spell, because Defiler of Vigor was great coming off the top there. Also notable, folks, that we don't have any more tap lands in our entire deck. We got the Jetmir's Garden down early, so any land that comes off the top is an untapped land for Wormcoil Engine, and that's great. Machias the Lunarch comes down. All right. Stallion, darn it, appreciate you, my friend. Glad you are out there. Ah, yes, folks. Ah, yes. So we're gonna go ahead and defile a wee bit of Vigor. And we're gonna risk it. They're on black and they have this Cruel Celebrant, and that's not ideal. But darn it, we're gonna try and go. Steel Seraph? Yes. 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 We will do that. Gonna attack with the 9/9. Not any other stuff, but we're kind of setting up a pretty solid turn next turn, I think. So, you know. Intrepid Adversary is a heck of a card. They dump all their mana into it. Okay, it's going to put counters on everybody. I mean, that's great and all. Like, you know. Opponent's in peril. Yeah, indeed, Big Sarah. Indeed. Our opponent was, yeah, gonna have a hard time. Oh, Arena, don't you dare. Arena? Oh, thank heavens it didn't. Holy crud. That's why, folks, that's one of the good reasons you shouldn't get too tilted at ropers. Because sometimes it's actually not the person's fault, right? It's just, it's the client causing issue, right? A Braid kills our Incubation Druid, probably a wise decision. Land. X equals 2. Double the counters. Makes our Great Henge much more affordable. If we get an untapped land, we can Great Henge next turn. I mean, I actually have trackers going on, Dalwin. It's definitely not my not my internet. Like, that's for sure. There's a whole bunch of things that it could be, whatever, you know, whenever. There are definitely times that there are dips in it or whatever, but I've got things that are tracking that stuff literally right now. Right? So yeah, folks, technically we could bluff having a protection spell or something like that, and that is the correct play to do. But I think I'm far more likely to click through my state phases by accident and miss being able to produce mana here. And on the whole, that would be a disaster. So I don't want to miss any life. That's fair, I guess, Dolan. Because there could be a connection between that's not between here and Twitch, but is between here and the server. Yeah, you know, we're just crushing them. We're probably supposed to play this as a land drop, but we're not going to. We're going to hold it just in case we need to get back Defiler of Vigor, get back Worm Coil, something like that. We've got essentially 12 trampling power on board already just with the Vite Rigging alone. Or I'm sorry, more than that, right? 13 power, and then it's going to put another power, so 14. And then Inscription of Abundance is 2 more. Like, our opponent's got to have something right now. Oh. All right, well, that works. All right. I mean, good on you, opponent. Got there. Here's Worm Coil Engine. I mean, I'm not thrilled about that or whatever, but folks, that's why we kept our Balagad, was just in case there was some kind of disaster, we could just get everything back, right? Shark Typhoon. Wow. Okay, that's scary. I want to be clear. That's scary. But I guess that's, yeah, we still do this. Defiler Vigor, come on down. Draw a card. Do we get a mana? We do not. All right. Opponent takes it. Yeah, indeed, Poseidon. There are way too many ways to eat this particular Reese's. The deal is, they could have Graveyard Hate or something like that. I think our chances of losing with Defiler of Vigor and Worm Coil Engine on board are very, very slim indeed. Like, there just aren't that many paths to victory for them. And Fight Rigging theoretically could whiff. You know, we get like... We have some whiffs in there. You know, they show up with like Bushwhack and Lay Down Arms and some lands and a freaking whatever. Touch the Spirit Realm or something. That's not gonna be a path that... All right. Elspeth Conquers Death? Yes. We'll actually pay here. Yeah. I think our opponent might have a counterspell, folks, which is why we're kind of trying to be diligent. Put the counter here. Actually, I guess it could have gone on the Defiler of Vigor. So Elspeth Conquers Death resolves. We hit the Kiki Jiki. They go to clone. We Inscription of Abundance. All right. Yeah, well, yeah. We're going to keep it. Don't mind if I do. But prizes if you win. It's true, Dolan. It is true. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? Lands. Incubation Druid. Come on down. So... Midnight Clock. You got me. Oh, boy. Actually, that was a punt. See, I was going to put the counters on the Incubation Druid, but that's probably just greedy, right? Our opponent's playing Bant. They're playing creatures. So we should have gotten our stupid thing, right? Clue. We've got the 5th land. We don't need to get cute by putting counters on the incubation druid. Like, that's just that's too cute. Yeah, so we gave up a clue there. Because for those of you who don't who aren't aware, you don't actually have to adapt this. It adds 3 mana if you have counters on it, right? So we're just trying to get cute, I guess. Or getting too cute, or whatever the heck, right? Yeah, fine. They're tapped out. Let's go for it. It's Defiler of Vigor time. Not gonna enlist. Let's defile, folks. Hey, lady. It's my wife. Just walked in. Ulvamald Hydra. That's a heck of a card, folks. Our opponent's living a dream. It's probably the dream. We don't know. But it's definitely a dream. I can tell you that right now. Yep. These things happen. You got me. Worm Coil Engine. I mean, okay, folks, we're again, we are living the dream. That's incorrect though, right? Because we're supposed to, yeah, we're supposed to inscription here before things get out of control. Counters here, this player, fight there, then enlist that creature. Opponent does trade. You got it. These things are fine. Yeah, baby. Actually, maybe we were supposed to let the Defiler of Vigor go away just so we could Worm Coil. Because, you know, that does feel good. You know, when you Worm Coil. Chorus or a Crew Fix. Okay, that's a heck of a card. Playing off the top. There's a breeding pool. Shocks it in, though, to gain a life. So they actually only, like... It's not a shock. It's a... I don't even know what that would be considered. If it's not a shock, what would it be? Like a gut shot? Flame Spear? Or no, Flame Spear was another lightning strike, wasn't it? Grape Shot? But that's 2 mana, right? So that can't be right. Sure. Worm Coil. Enters with a counter. It is 1 damage, though. That's fair. Okay. So I think we are... Do we just put it on down on the small side here? Oh my goodness. And the laydown arms? So the original intention, folks, was Tango Florahedra and put counters on the team, but is that even right anymore? It's probably not. Let's just go for it. Yeah. But there's an original, right? Just like 3 damage is Bolt. So it's the one that Hill Giant or whatever, right? And this is another one that's pretty not great. We're gonna take the mulligan. I think we're pretty happy about this mulligan though. Send back the Rishkar, I guess. Come on down. Crypt Breaker. That's a good one, folks. That is a good one. So land. Kev trades? You got me. You got me. Lion Sash shows up. Okay. Well, Adeline, come on down. I mean, but Crazy Gorlem, what are we doing with that ramp in this hand? We have to draw into our stuff. So we're going to, but we might as well just draw cards as we go. If we end up using this as a land, we end up using it as a land. It is what it is, right? Okay, Lion Sash. Eats our Benelish dude. And passes. Land. We attack. Opponent blocks. Blocks. Yep. Well. No, that'll get it killed, right? Yeah, this is fine. Everything's fine. I mean, I only had to assign the damage on the Lion Sash. That one, right? Our opponent made the correct play. Hey, there's a Silverback Elder. Don't mind if we do. Yeah, baby. Destroy artifacts and enchantments. Artifact. 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 Don't want to attack right now, though. I think that would be not particularly productive. Because remember, they can sacrifice the treasure to grow the Lion Sash. I just put the damage on the Lion Sash. I don't need to... I get to choose where to assign damage. It's my creature. I'm assigning the damage. Phyrexian Metamorph onto the Silverback Elder. Wow. Yeah, but if they choose to pump before we assign damage, fine. But once it goes to damage assignment, then... Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's fine. So, Steel Seraph. Heck of a card. Touch awkward, though. So... Yeah, I think we've got to go destroy the artifact or enchantment. Get rid of the Silverback Gorilla. Then... Bushwhack the Lion Sash while we can. It sucks because we'd kind of much rather not do that. Yeah, we'll go with a little less damage here. The fact that we can hold back blockers is nice. Yeah, this is fine. The Kev has a land and 2 cards left. Steel Seraph goes away. Sune's Intervention gains life, makes dudes, destroys our Steel Seraph. That was a heck of a card. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get Steel Seraph back. Sure. And yeah, get rid of that 3/3. All right. Silverback Elder, get in there. Opponent drops to 14. What have you got, the Kev? What have you got? Another way to remove it? Banishing Slash goes after the Steel Seraph and not the Silverback Elder. That's a statement, folks. Okie doke. All right. Well, all of them counters here. This player. That's going to fight that. And our 1/1 gets to survive. What have you got, the Kev? Whoa! Elish Norn! I mean, okay. I mean, I guess one good turn deserves another, right? Tyler and Vigor show up. Just whistled out loud for real. Holy cats. Elish Norn's a heck of a card, folks. We are going to hold on to that for bluff's sake, but I don't think we're fooling anyone. We have plenty of ways of getting rid of it. Rabble rousing? All right. We have Elspeth Conquers Deaths. We have Fateful Absence. We have Lay Down Arms. We have Touch the Spirit Realm. We have I don't know. Yeah, let's just do this. Keep that artifact and enchantment crap gone. I mean, they don't really have great blocks, but they're not that bad either. So I think we're gonna hold on for now. I think we will develop our mana a bit. 7 mana. Lyra. Doke. Do we really even want to land? We really don't care about the life either. You know what? Fine. Elspeth Conquers Death goes away. So does Elder Gargaroth, of course. But the issue is, like, if we do that a couple of times, we get to kind of see what cards are here. And we filter down to them. Remember, we don't have that many cards in our deck, right? So this really isn't the end of the world. Procon, glad you made it. Good to see ya. Well, and it's not just about the thinning, though, right, Dalwin? It's about knowing where all these cards are and being, you know, knowing when we get back to them and stuff, right? All right, Infernal Grasp. That's awkward, but fine. Hey. Gotcha, the Kev. Gotcha. But I think this hand is still quite good. So we're going to hang on to it and not complain. Temple Garden, come on down, tap, pass turn. Jatora's Proving Ground, our opponent on Jun mana so far. Another black land arrives. Shambling Gas shows up. We draw into Fateful Absence. Don't mind if I do. Going to go ahead and Incubation Druid. Pass the turn right on back to our opponent. Archivist, what do you say? Yeah, it was Irish Whiz. That was a crazy, crazy time. Crazy time to be playing Magic. No doubt about it. River Boa 2/1 or Island Walk Regenerate. Hey, Steinel. I have won my share of games with that card as well. No doubt about it. Well. Awkward. Yeah, I'm afraid of what they might do. No. With that Luris, but they don't have anything to bin yet, so you know, presumably going to do some sacrificing, some returning, and all that kind of thing. I think we'd rather just develop with the Steel Seraph, try and get a removal spell out of their hand before the Lyra comes down. Lyra's a heck of a card, folks. Yep. Nope. You got me. They gain 3, we lose 3. Is that the first time a person's done combat damage to us this draft, folks? Not really. It feels like it. It feels like it. That's not actually true. I'm being facetious, obviously, but I know. Folks, I don't feel like we can. How do we not Elder Gargaroth here? Come on, folks. Quit fooling around, right? Like we're on Gargaroth and we know it, right? It's Gargaroth time. Everybody knows it. We know it. They know it. Tie the ball game up. Pass the turn. They remove Gargaroth. Fine. It just clears the way for Lyra, which is a 5/5 flying first strike lifelink. Grows our Steel Seraph and gives our Steel Seraph lifelink. If they don't remove the Elder Gargaroth, the game is over. So it's like whatever, right? This is definitely the play, right? Don't forget, like Steel Seraph is an angel, so other angels you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. It's definitely a reasonable thing to. Yeah. Whatever. Do what you got to do. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah. Take it. Read them and weep. Scoop if you must. But this is fine. Everything's fine. We are very not scared of what they're doing right now. Say GG. No blocks. You got me. Damage dealt. We receive it. I mean, Silverback Elder is sick, but we're not doing that. We're gonna land Lyra, flying, crash in for roughly 25.5 million damage. Draw a card. Opponent's life total falls in half. We go to 23. 3 cards left in hand. Arborg form, I wish they would just scoop, because I do feel bad about what's going on right now. This is gross. My mom taught me better, you know? All right. They draw. Fateful Absence. Yep. Drains. They draw. Flying. Combat. I mean, sure. Our opponent in it to the end, folks. They're in it to the end. They're like, you're gonna have to deal. You're gonna have to go through every step of priority here.